Hello and welcome. I am so glad you are here today. If you have ever felt your heart race or your mind go completely blank when someone asks you to introduce yourself or tell me about yourself, please take a deep breath. You are definitely not alone.
It is completely normal to feel nervous when speaking a second language. But today, we are going to change that. We are going to spend the next half hour transforming the way you talk about yourself. We will build a beautiful, simple, and powerful introduction from the ground up using words you already know.
By the end of our time together, you will not just have a script memorized, you will understand the natural flow of English conversations so deeply that you will actually look forward to introducing yourself. Grab a notebook, a comfortable drink, and let's dive in. Before we talk about what to say, we have to talk about how we think. The biggest mistake most English learners make is trying to translate directly from their native language into English inside their head. When you do this, your brain has to work twice as hard. You think of a sentence in your first language, you search for the exact English words, you try to arrange the grammar, and by the time you are ready to speak, there is a long, awkward silence. To sound natural, you need to think directly in English. And the secret to thinking in English is not knowing thousands of difficult vocabulary words. The secret is using very clean, simple patterns that you can fill in with your own life details. We want to build an introduction that covers where you are right now, how you got here, and where you want to go next. When you arrange your thoughts this way, it tells a beautiful story. Let's start at the very beginning with how we open our mouth to speak.
The very first impression you make happens in the first 5 seconds. Many people just say their name very quickly because they want to get the introduction over with, but rushing makes you sound nervous. We want to start slowly and warmly.
Depending on where you are, your opening will change slightly. Let's look at how to handle a formal situation first, like a job interview, a business meeting, or a university presentation. Instead of just a quick hello, give the other person a gift of respect. You can say, "Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for having me today. My name is..." "Hello, it is a pleasure to meet you. I am..." When you say, "Thank you for having me," it immediately shows that you are polite, calm, and professional. It gives the listener a second to focus their attention entirely on you. Now, what if you are at a casual party, a networking event, or a new English classroom? You don't want to sound like a textbook there. You want to sound like a friend. For those situations, use these warm openings. "Hi there. It is so great to meet you." "Hey everyone, I'm really happy to be here today." Notice the phrase, "Hi there." It is incredibly common in spoken English. It sounds much warmer and more natural than a rigid hello.
Take a moment right now to choose the opening that feels most comfortable to you. Say it out loud. Feel how much space you have when you don't rush. Once you've greeted your listeners,
The next natural question in their minds is, what do you do? This is where we talk about your present life, your current job, your studies, or your main focus. A lot of learners get stuck here because they try to explain every single detail of their daily routine. You don't need to do that. You just need one or two clear sentences. If you are currently working, please avoid saying, "My job is manager," or "I am working in a bank." While people will understand you, it sounds a bit unnatural. Instead, try these structures. I work as a project manager at a technology company. Right now, I am a graphic designer, and I specialize in creating logos. The word specialize sounds very impressive, but it is actually very simple to use. It just means this is the specific thing I focus on. For example, you could say, I am a chef and I specialize in Italian food. Or, I work in sales and I specialize in customer service. If you are a student, your structure is just as easy. You can say, I am currently studying business administration at university. I am a student and I am in my final year of high school.
What if you are currently looking for a job or changing your career path? That is wonderful to share too. You can say, right now, I am focusing on improving my skills and looking for new opportunities in the education field. This sounds incredibly positive and proactive. It shows you are moving forward. Now that your listener knows what you do today, they want to know how you got here. This is the part of the conversation that adds depth and makes people remember you. You do not need to share a long history of every school you went to since childhood. Instead, we want to share a brief look at your journey or your passion. To do this naturally, we use a beautiful English time phrase. I have spent the last years. Let's look at how this works for someone with work experience.
I have spent the last 5 years working in marketing, where I learned how to help small businesses grow. Before my current role, I worked as a teacher for 3 years, which really helped me build my communication skills.
See how simple that is? You are not just listing a job, you are explaining a skill you gained. If you are a student or a young professional without years of work experience, you can talk about your passion instead. Passion is highly attractive in any conversation. Try a sentence like this. I have always been deeply interested in languages, which is what led me to study English and communication. Ever since I was young, I loved computers, so choosing to study software engineering felt very natural to me.
The phrase led me to is a fantastic, natural way to connect your past interest to your present action. It creates a smooth bridge in the listener's mind.
We are arriving at the final part of your introduction. This is where most people make a mistake. They finish talking about their past, and then they just stop. They look at the ground, smile awkwardly, and wait. We want to avoid that silence. To end your introduction gracefully, you need to talk about your future goals or turn the conversation back to the listener. If you are in a formal setting or a job interview, you want to focus on your goals for the meeting or the role. You can say, I am really excited about this opportunity because I want to bring my experience to a growing team and keep learning. My goal right now is to find a place where I can use my skills to make a real difference. If you are in a casual or social setting, you want to use the end of your introduction to invite the other person to speak. This is how you make friends easily. You can share a hobby and then ask a question. In my free time, I really love hiking and reading books. I am looking forward to learning with all of you today. How about you? What brought you to this class? Outside of my studies, I am really passionate about photography. It's great to be here. What about you? What do you do? When you end with a friendly question, like, how about you? Or what about you? You smoothly pass the microphone to the other person. You take the pressure off yourself, and you show that you are a good listener. To help you see how beautifully these pieces fit together, let's look at 2 complete examples. Notice how simple the words are, but how valuable and professional the overall message sounds. Here is our first complete example,
written for a professional setting. Good morning. Thank you so much for having me today.
My name is Robert. Currently, I work as a customer service representative at a logistics company where I specialize in resolving client issues quickly. I have spent the last 3 years in this field, which has really taught me the value of patience and clear communication. I am deeply excited about this opportunity today because I am looking for a place where I can grow my career and contribute to a fantastic team. Thank you. Think about that introduction. It takes less than 40 seconds to say, but it tells the listener your name, your job, your specialty, your experience, what you learned, and your future goals. It is completely clear. Now, let's look at our second complete example, written for a casual social event or a new classroom. Hi, everyone. I am Maria. It is so wonderful to meet you all. Right now, I am a student studying computer science at the local college. I have always loved solving puzzles and building things, which is what led me to this field in the first place. When I am not studying, I really enjoy practicing my English and cooking for my family. I am truly looking forward to getting to know everyone in this room today. How about you? What are you studying? This introduction is warm, personal, and incredibly inviting. It makes people want to talk to Maria because she sounds approachable and kind. Now that you have all the tools, the real magic happens with practice. Knowing the words in your head is different from hearing them come out of your mouth. I want to encourage you to take a piece of paper today. Write down your own simple sentences using the structures we explored. Choose your warm greeting. State your current role or status using I work as or I am studying. Connect it to your journey using I have spent the last or I have always been interested in. Close with your future goal or a warm question for your listener.
Once you have it written down, read it out loud in front of a mirror. Do not try to memorize it perfectly like a robot. Just practice the feeling of moving from your present to your past to your future. If you forget a word, do not panic. Just pause, smile, and use a simpler word.
The goal of language is connection, not perfection. The more you practice this layout, the more your brain will naturally adapt to thinking in English without translating. Thank you so much for spending this valuable time with me today. Keep practicing.
Keep believing in yourself, and remember that every small step you take brings you closer to the fluent, confident speaker you want to be. You've got this. Have a beautiful day and happy practicing. Subscribe for more valuable lessons.